So, good afternoon from Blackpool Pleasure Beach, where we're here today. Of course, we did stay at the Boulevard Hotel. Go and check that video out if you haven't. Of course, give you a full room tour of our theme park room. But yeah, we've entered the park through the VIP entrance. Of course, only for hotel users, that entrance, so you can't just go to the VIP entrance. You do have to be a hotel user for that. We've been gifted a few fast tracks from Blackpool Pleasure Beach, so thank you very much for that. We've got 5 fast tracks to use throughout the day here. We're going to try and save them for a bit later, the big one and Icon. But I'll tell you what, Icon's queue is really, really big. It's just at 10 o'clock, and we're going to head to Avalanche, of course, a bobsleigh roller coaster. But yeah, we'll head down there. We'll try and get on it. But I'll tell you what, there's not many coasters open here at the minute. Of course, Grand National is still testing. The big one opens at 11:30. So yeah, it's a very staggered opening here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Of course, I'm not a big fan of staggered openings. If you're going to open a theme park, then all rides should be open at the same time, or open the park a bit later, because a lot of the rides don't open till 12 or 11:30. So yeah, there's not many rides open at the minute, but we'll get on what we can, and I'll vlog throughout the day. Of course, masks are required on most of the rides here as well, indoor areas as well, but we'll head to Avalanche. Come off Avalanche, a fantastic bobsleigh roller coaster, and we've just gone to have a look at the Ghost Train queue, and it's absolutely massive. Of course, we have got fast tracks, as I said earlier. Thanks very much, Pleasure Beach, for that. But yeah, Grand National doesn't open until 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock for opening time for a park that opens at 10 is not very good at all. I try to stay positive, because of course these amusement parks, theme parks, have had a really tough year this year. I do try to stay positive, but I mean, 12 o'clock opening for a park that opens at 10, that is really bad. I think they definitely need some more engineering staff there as well. I mean, there's not many coasters at all. We're going to head down to Big Dipper, see if that's open now, because that wasn't open earlier. But yeah, 12 o'clock for a park that opens at 10 isn't very good at all. I mean, pretty bad in my opinion actually. But yeah, we'll head to Big Dipper, see what that's on. I mean, Pepsi Max probably isn't even going to, big one Pepsi Max, sorry, isn't going to probably open till 12 now. So yeah, it's not very good at all. I mean, Rivercade's got a massive queue. But yeah, we'll head to Big Dipper and I'll see what the queue time is, and I'll update you then. So just a little update on Grand National. They've just changed the board over there. We'll get a little zoom in for you. So they've just changed the board to 12 AM it won't be opening, till 6 PM. So that's only 6 hours of ride time, which isn't probably the greatest operations. They've just changed that. Well, that was 11 AM, but operations have changed, and I'll tell you what, it's not changed for the better. I think they definitely need some more engineering staff here, but that's not going to be open till 12 PM, which is definitely a very downside. I mean, the Ghost Train's open over there, so we'll probably head over there. So I've just come off the Big Dipper, of course, one of the oldest roller coasters here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Of course, the oldest ride here is the Flying Machines, which it's not a roller coaster, it is a ride. You just sort of spin around in a spaceship sort of thing. Yeah, Big Dipper is really good, really rickety as always. Only a 20-minute queue for that, which is not too bad. And I think Grand National is now open. I think most of the rides are open now, except from the big one and Revolution. But we'll head to Grand National, sorry, which of course are much ricketier than Big Dipper. Big Dipper, you do get a lot of airtime. Of course, they do offer Walk the Woody, which of course is a choice from Nickelodeon Street and Big Dipper, and you can walk a duration of the track, which is very fun. I mean, yesterday night I walked the big one. You see from my shirt that says I walked the big one, which was very scary. Of course, if you haven't seen that vlog, go and check that out. That's online on the channel, so go and check that out. Of course, I'll take you for the full on ride with the GoPro up the big one, which we do walk the full, like right to the top of the big one. You can just see the Big Dipper going, but yeah, we walked the tallest UK roller coaster, so go and check that video out if you haven't. Big Dipper was really, really good. Of course, you take your luggage on that. I think masks are pretty optional there. I mean, not many people are wearing them. Of course, I was wearing it, Blackpool Pleasure Beach mask, but yeah, we head to Grand National, see the queue time. That was only 20 minutes, not too bad at all. A lot of social distancing in the queue as well, which is always a good sign. But next, we'll head to Grand National.
If you wanna go on now, we were meant for bigger things. This place keeps killing our
Just been on the Grand National, of course, a wooden roller coaster here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and that was very, very rough. I mean, on there it's rough. I mean, the airtime on there is unbelievable. Like, you literally hit the lap restraint and then come up. It was just, I love it. It may be rough, but I do agree it's rough. But I tell you what, a real coaster is made out of wood. That was really, really good. A lot of people say they want to see it removed in the future, but I don't know. It's a real classic coaster. Will it get RMC? Definitely not, in my opinion. Way too small space. I don't want it to. I mean, it's a great coaster. And I mean, yes, it's a great coaster. It's a great classic coaster here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and I love it. But anyway, next we're going to head on an SNS shot and drop tower, which is of course Ice Blast. I'll take you on this, make my review when we come off. I think we might use the fast tracks on this. But yeah, we'll head on Tango Ice Blast. I've just come off Tango Ice Blast, of course an SNS shot and drop, and of course if you've been at Cliffhanger, if you've been to Flamingo Land, sorry, you've probably been on Cliffhanger. Of course that's the same SNS shot and drop tower. Personally I prefer that one, because it shoots you up to the top, holds you at the top, then drops you. Which probably won't be going Flamingo Land this year, but of course we did a vlog last year, so go and check that out. But yeah, that was a really, really good ride. Of course it's always a good ride on those SNS shot drops, but I wasn't really interested in the ride. I was interested in what was looking over this wall. Of course this is Valhalla, of course meant to open this year, but of course due to the coronavirus last year, they're opening it next year, and they're doing many updates inside. So I'll take you around the sort of perimeter of the area and we'll see what's happening. So from the outside we've got all the same signage as last year, but of course with this, it was meant to open last year, as I said earlier, but then it got delayed to this year. They're doing some sort of updates in it, which I'll be very excited to see next year. But when I went on an Ice Blast, you can sort of see in this construction site here, and what they're doing, I think, is extending the station. I mean, you had some steel supports there as well, which to me infers that they are extending the station. And of course, probably many updates are happening inside the actual ride, but I can't wait to get back in it. Personally, I think Valhalla was fine before, but hopefully it'll be even better with these new updates. I mean, none of us, no theme park enthusiasts, actually know what's going inside here, but hopefully it'll be very good, and I can't wait to get back on it in 2022. Of course, Blackpool Pleasure Beach are celebrating their 125th anniversary, which is absolutely ages. And of course, to celebrate this, they've got various branding around the theme park, such as these flags here. We've got the nice sort of Funshine. Of course, they're bringing this back for 125 years. I really like that they're bringing back Funshine. Of course, I've got the Funshine sort of soft face toy at home. But I really like this 125 years anniversary, it looks really nice. So a bit of information about Fast Track. So it's £25 for virtual queuing. So that's of course when you go on the Blackpool Pleasure Beach Fast Track website, you book your ticket, so £25 for that Fast Track, and you basically still have to wait the queue, but you can wait it on your phone. So you can do other things such as, I don't know, go and check out the Pleasure Beach shop, go and do other things, but you still have to wait the queue on your phone, but you just don't have to queue physically in the queue. And the £50 one is just a normal fast track, where you go in the fast track queue and you can skip the whole of the queue, which is very, very handy. But just depends on your price point really and what you want to get for it. But rides that you can't fast track at the minute include Revolution, Avalanche, Infusion, and Big Dipper. You can't fast track those four just because of COVID and of course going around the exit, but you can fast track most of the other rides, all the big roller coasters, except from the ones mentioned. But we'll head on the big one and I'll give my review when we come off. So we've just been on the big one, Pepsi Max, and of course lots of retracking work has been doing it. Of course Blackpool Pleasure Beach are very good at what they're doing, preserving their rides. Of course lots of retracking work has been done on that. Through the little tunnel part, there's been lots of retracking work done to that as well. But yeah, it's really, really good. It's quite rickety though, but when you get onto that, you can really feel where you go on the retracking parts. It is quite smooth. You can literally feel it where it goes rickety to smooth. It's a great ride, honestly. I've been on that loads of times, but I still feel quite scared when you're going down the drop. For me personally, that's my best favourite ride in the UK, honestly. It's better, I don't know, it's just better than Icon and Nemesis. Well, Nemesis is a great ride. It's definitely second. I mean, big one, I think it gets underrated, to be honest. People say it's rickety, but that is the true tone of Blackpool Pleasure Beach, of course, ricketiness. Loads of rides are rickety here, but big one is really good. And now I think we're going to head on a classical ride here, Steeplechase. I think the only one of its kind ever existing now in the world, which is quite special really here. It's Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Of course lots of work has been done on the facade of this one as well, which looks really, really nice. And yeah, we're heading on Steeplechase, and this one feels like you're really free on this one, because literally all you've got is like a seatbelt going around your hair. But yeah, that was really good. Pepsi Max was really good. Of course we did get fast tracks on that one, so you could just walk straight in. Yeah, we're heading on Steeplechase next. So we've just been on Steeplechase, of course, one of the only rides of that model left in the world now, and that was a really, really good ride. And honestly, I think it gets a lot of hate because it is quite a tight sort of corners there, but it's really, really good for what it is. Of course, no restraints on there, just a little seatbelt, and it's really fun to race friends and family on it as well. In my predictions, there's the queue. I'd say that queue is probably about a 20-minute queue, 25-minute queue, not too bad at all really. But of course I had a fast track, so we just went in the fast track queue. And yeah, it was a really good ride on Steeplechase, but now we're going to head to one of my favourite coasters, my second favourite coaster here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, which is of course Icon, Dare to Rise Icon. Of course this is a Mac ride, opened back in 2018, so it's been here for a good few seasons now. And yes, I can't wait to ride it. I rode it in 2018 when it opened, and it was really smooth. I can't wait to open it. Have we got Steam though? That's the question. Because it's not a full experience with Icon if you haven't got the Steam on. So hopefully we have the Steam on, and we'll take a ride on Icon, Dare to Rise. So I've just ridden Icon, Dare to Rise Icon. Honestly, that was so good. A few years ago, I thought it was a little bit tame, but now it's incredible. Honestly, the air time that you get on there, especially this part, going just under and sort of interfering with the big one, it was so good, honestly. And with the new restraints, of course, these restraints are now seat belts on Icon now, so it does affect the throughput a little bit, but not too much. I love the restraints as well. They're quite comfy, even with the seat belts on. Not so much has changed really, to be honest. Same with the throughput, not much has changed. There's Icon just going behind me. The steam was on. That was nice and refreshing because obviously it's a really hot day here at Pleasure Beach today. But yeah, nonetheless, Icon was a really good Mac Rides 2018 model. So on our visit today, we bought one of these refillable bottles. It says branded to Pepsi Max there. We've got like a cap at the top. Of course, it's £10, not too bad. £10 for the whole day, and you can sort of just refill this at any sort of restaurant or outlet here at Pleasure Beach, except from Burger King, of course, because that's not part of the Pleasure Beach. But yeah, this is quite handy to have really if you're here and you're drinking a lot. I mean, I've refilled this about 3 times now, just with lemonade. But yeah, you've got loads of different choices. You've got Pepsi, Coke, loads of different choices here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I really recommend going to get it just for £10. Got a crispy creme, but what flavour is it? Well, we'll have a look. If I can get it out, that is. There we go. Just got a chocolate one there. So there we go, I finished a jam-packed day here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I ended off with a ride on Tango Ice Blast, because I thought, why not? It's a great S&S shot and drop tower. I always get that wrong, but shot and drop tower. It's a great ride, of course sponsored by Ice Blast. Before, when it opened, it was actually called PlayStation, I think, which is quite a weird name for a ride, but nonetheless, we'd have a fantastic day. Of course, park hours today were 10 AM till 6 PM. I say 10 AM, but I mean, most of the rides open about 11, half 10, 11-ish sort of time. But yeah, I'm not too keen on staggered opening, but nonetheless, I thank the park for the fast tracks as well. Yeah, we've got on loads today, except from Infusion. We've got on all the main coasters today, except from Infusion, which I didn't really want to do, and it did shut an hour before the actual park shut. But I didn't really want to do Infusion just because it's rickety. It's a Vekoma SLC, and I don't really like them. So yeah, I won't be going on that probably this whole season. I'm coming again in a few weeks' time. So yeah, if you want to see another vlog from Blackpool Pleasure Beach, like the video and subscribe to the channels, because we will be doing another one in the next few weeks. So yeah. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, consider subscribing, as I make theme park content every week for you to enjoy. And with all that said and done, thank you for watching Theme Park Enthusiast, and I'll leave you with this nice sunny shot. Bye now.